All right, Javonte Williams did not have a great game against the Chargers. Javonte did have a couple good games leading into this game, but he ends up with only getting 6 carries on the game, does not have a whole lot of yardage. How much of that was on Javonte Williams? How much of that was on the offensive line? Well, let's dive into the film and figure it out with all 6 of Javonte Williams' carries. Okay, first carry I've got dialed up. You're going to get some cross flow action here out of 45. He's on the left-hand side of your screen. He's going to come over to the right side, and his responsibility is going to be the backside defensive end. He actually does a pretty good job here. If you watch Troutman, although he doesn't get his guy blocked, by cutting his guy, he forces him to go up the field, and he gives Javonte Williams a lane to run through on the backside if he needs it. The problem on this run, as I back it up to the beginning, take a look at the center. Alex Forsyth, unfortunately, does not get his man covered up, ends up getting turned sideways, bubbled back, and because the center does not get a good block, Javonte Williams has got nowhere to run here. I'm not really putting that one on Javonte. Okay, next play. See what we get. All right, as we get to the end zone copy, we'll look at the specifics, but this looks like a pretty damn good from Javonte. Pretty damn good run from Javonte. Ends up getting a nice little spin move, gets out of the pocket and gains some yardage. Let's see what happens. Okay, immediately, I'm going to back it up. All right, I'm going to hit pause. Watch number 95 right here in the middle of the screen. You're going to get a double team between Ben Powers and Alex Forsyth. That's going to be the key block here. 95 does a great job of taking on this double team, and these two guys do not get any momentum at all. However, Ben Powers does get off on his linebacker, so he gets his man covered up. I think you get a pretty good block from your fullback leading in. And Javonte Williams ends up making a nice run out of this thing. Run number 3. We've only got 6 runs on the whole game. Wide zone shot here. Doesn't look like the offensive line gives him much momentum, but we'll look a little bit closer with the end zone. Okay, gun runs are always hard. Gun runs, you pretty much have to run away from where the running back is lined up. You can toss it and go play side sometimes, but more times than not, you're going to go zone away from the running back, and the defense knows that. Again, the key block is going to be between your center and your left guard. Ben Powers gets locked up on his guy. You would love to get a little bit more help out of your center there. But they do end up getting up to their guys. I do like the double team between your right tackle and your right guard. They get great momentum there. It would appear to me, if you still shot this thing, it's easy to say that Javonte Williams had a big old hole here between Garrett Bowles and Ben Powers. But he does understand that number 0 here, this linebacker, is out leveraged, so he chooses not to go through that hole. I probably would have picked that hole. I think you probably pick up 3 or 4 yards if you go through it. I would say this one probably a bad read from Javonte Williams. Okay, got it here. All right, let me back this up. Okay, we got another gun run. We're probably going zone to the left, and we do. Wide zone shot here. Javonte tries to bounce the ball outside the box, and he's got nowhere to go. Let's see what happens from the end zone. Okay. All right. It doesn't take long to see who messes up this play. If you watch number 82 on the top hand of your screen, unfortunately, this is a terrible block on his defensive end. He cannot let his man cross face on him like that. He has got to get his hat on the inside shoulder, and make sure that he doesn't cross face. Unfortunately, 82 gets beat so fast here. Javonte's got no choice but to try to bounce this ball outside. But I will say, I do not like the momentum, or the movement, I should say, between number 74 and number 54, your left guard and your center. They've got to get more momentum than that, more movement than that. Javonte Williams got nowhere to go here, though. Does the best he can, tries to get outside the pocket, and nothing he can do. Okay, this is a more traditional run for Javonte Williams. Much easier to run underneath center or out of pistol. And we're going to get a toss 19 here. We got two tight ends on the left hand of our screen here. You got 82, you got 46 there. Then you got a big old hole there between those two and 72. So this looks like it's set up for pretty good success here. But if you watch 82, 46, man, we got to get better momentum than that. We got to stretch the field. I do like Ben Powers stretching the field here. Ideally, I would like to see his hat a little bit further outside so that his guy can't reach outside like that. Garrett Bowles gets up to the next level. Does Javonte Williams have a hole to cut back here? It looks like it on a still shot. In real time, you see that number 0 is closing down quickly from the backside. If he tried to cut downhill there, I don't think he's got anywhere to run because your tight ends get beat. Again, nothing Javonte Williams could do here. Okay, gun run. See, the reason why the Broncos got to run out of guns so much in this game is because they're trailing. So they're playing catch up. They're throwing the ball a lot. When you're throwing the ball a lot, you're living out a shotgun, which is not going to make it easy for your offensive line or for your running back in the running game. But we're going to go gun run here. Again, as I've been mentioning, there's really only one way to go. We've got a zone to the left. And let me back it up. Okay, we got more cross-flow action here. So look at the top of your screen to the top right. You're going to get this tight end over here. He's going to come cross-flow all the way to 45. I would like to see him throw and try to cut this guy. Unfortunately, he gets caught in no man's land, and he does not do it. Ends up getting enough on his man for Javonte to be able to bounce out of the box. But let's check out the rest of the offensive line and see how they do. Okay, I would say all day long, just not enough momentum from Ben Powers and Alex Forsyth on their combo blocks. Number 93 does a great job all day of just stuffing these guys. The combo block between let me back up to the beginning, okay, between number 79, Matt Pert, and Quinn Miners, I don't mind this one. Matt Pert goes with a gallop step. Watch your right tackle. Boom, he's going to get that hip, gets decent momentum, and then Pert does a great job of getting up onto number 0, covering up his guy, and gives Javonte a little bit of space to run through. But again, I'm not out here trying to be a Javonte Williams apologist, but I do want to show you guys the film because sometimes in real time you think, what's wrong with Javonte Williams? Well, what's he supposed to do? They're running the ball out of the gun. Offensive line isn't getting great momentum. The only chance that Javonte had to get outside the pocket and go, he did. He got a nice little spin move, got out, gained some yardage. With 6 carries, he did not get set up for success. I would not say Javonte Williams was to be blamed for his lack of success running the ball against the Chargers.